whoa, what is this? Like, I'm on Chelsea views my sound, and since then, I'm on the official Premier League TikTok page. I'm on BT Sports. It's just crazy. Then from the end of March through April, so about in a 3-week period, I went from 100k to 200k. Some days I was gaining over 10k followers in a single 24 hours. I'll say it again here, like, if people want to see it, and I'm one of them who wants to give back to the people.
You were on the camera. Give it to Cal on the camera.
Cal, come on, I've been calling you out for the past like loads, God knows how many months. If you want it, just accept it. Just give the people what they want. Dad's a money grabbing bastard, basically, so I'm surprised he hasn't accepted it. After a night out, you always go for like some food days, like a kebab or something like that. I was literally fucked out my head. I didn't want any more pictures or anything. So I went and got some food, and this guy was asking for a picture. I'm like, mate, no, I don't want one. But he called his mate down, and his mate come down with a knife, and they was going to try and stab me. For haters out there who try and hate on myself and other creators, I'm going to tell you all to get out.
The Central Club.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by Re-Inspire Printing, Boss Security and Tidy Comps. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the club, and hit the bell button to be notified of future content. I don't really want to say too much. We've just had an interview with one of TikTok's household names. If you're on TikTok, then I'm pretty sure you've seen this man before. He's a TikTok sensation for saying the mighty get out. And we've brought him in to find out a bit more about him. I hope you enjoy this one. It's Luke Bennett. He's a joker, isn't he? Woo! Yeah! What's going on, people? Yes, I'm here with Mr. Luke Bennett. What's going on?
I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no, hey, listen, it's the pleasure's all mine, honestly. We need to tap into the younger generation more, and I think that you're the man for that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Just want to come with a weird story to start off with. So, started speaking with Luke about a month ago, maybe, something like that. And we booked in a date for today. 2 days ago, I'm in Costa Coffee in Cardiff on a break in work. And I was thinking about you. I was thinking I'm going to have to message Luke to make sure he knows the time and dates and when he's coming down. And as I've looked out the window, I've gone, it's fucking Luke Bennett. It's fucking Luke Bennett. And I was like, has he got the day wrong or something? So I had to get out. I was like, hey, you all right, mate? But you was doing a show in Cardiff, weren't you?
Yeah, I was with, you guys probably know, like Chef Dave, Aaron Hunt. Was doing a club appearance in Prism in Cardiff. So I was literally there Monday, and they're back down here today.
Yeah, man, you are a busy guy, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm always travelling, but again, it's class, like visiting different parts of the UK and meeting different people. It's good, to be honest.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know, Luke, if you want to give a little run through of what you do.
So I'm a TikToker. To put it in the professional terms, so what kind of content I do, I basically do comedy skit videos. So one of my first big videos was, what would you do if Kante's in your fridge? And I'll go, Kante, what do you in my fridge? Stop doing that and get out.
Get out. You heard me. Get out. Get out. Do not do that again.
And then that get out, like little catchphrase, as people know me as now, with that, went viral, and it literally went from there. It's crazy.
Just that.
Literally just in my kitchen, filming. That's all it was. I didn't even have a proper stand. I literally put my phone up against my kitchen chair. Literally.
Yeah. You got the stand now?
I've got a stand now, yeah. I'm a bit more professional now. Than that.
And the get out, of course, it was because of a scenario. But, is this like a Wolverhampton, a Dudley slang anyway, get out? Or is this just literally something?
No, literally, it wasn't planned or anything. Whoever asked me the question, like people have always asked me if you spoke with the person who asked you that first question. I've never actually spoke with them. They're just, because the Q&A feature come on TikTok, I think it was about February 2021. And I thought, let's just put this on. People can ask me questions. We'll see what happens. Yeah. And then that first one, what do you do if Kante's in your fridge? And I was in my kitchen thinking, what am I going to do with this? So I thought, let's just freestyle it, see what happens. Yeah. And somehow that just come to my head. Didn't think anything of it. Woke up the following morning and had 400,000 views on the video. And I was like, whoa, what is this?
Someone asked me for someone else to be in my fridge, please. It's like, the way of the world we're in now as well. Like, the guy who asked that question, whether you've tracked him down or not, is going, I asked him that question. I asked him that question.
Yeah, literally. I've literally never spoke with him. And like people have always like asked me, have you ever spoke with him? I'm like, no, I've never spoke with him. He's never messaged me. I've never messaged him.
And if there was something you could say to him, what would it be?
I mean, thank you for asking me that question.
This is mad, isn't it?
It's crazy how one silly thing can spiral off.
Yeah. So, let's go back a bit then, like of where you're from. I think I give it away with the Dudley.
Yeah, you probably tell.
Maybe, but
I tell by my accent. So obviously I'm from Dudley, was in the middle of Birmingham, Wolverhampton way, Midlands, Black Country.
Yeah.
That's where you're from. What annoys me as well, some people, when they say I'm a Brummie, I am not a Brummie. We have a different accent to Birmingham.
You're a yam, innit?
Yam, that's what we are. We're different. That can be annoying sometimes.
I had a lyric, actually, when I was in jail in Birmingham. And then when I come home, like, because I used to MC, you see. So when I come home, I was like, yeah, I got to write a lyric about when I was in Winson Green. And it went, I was in Winson, met a few yams, roundhouse kicked that Jean-Claude Van Damme. Then I went Stokey, met a few mad lads. Yeah, that was the lyric, man. I had yams in the lyric, man. But sorry to go random. Okay, yeah. How was your childhood growing up in Dudley?
I mean, I used to always be the quiet kid, basically, in school and that. So I used to be the kid who used to just sit at the back of the classroom, just get on with my work, stuff like that. I've always been into my sport. So I used to play football up until I was about 11, 12. And then I had a passion for coaching. And then when I was 14, I used to help out with a team, just like putting cones out, stuff like that. And then when I left school at the age of 16, I took over my own under-11 side at the time it was, as manager. Obviously grassroots level, you don't get paid, it's all voluntary. But a lot of the other coaches who were like with all the other teams, they was a lot older than me. I was probably one of the youngest coaches there. At the age of 16, it's a big responsibility because obviously you have to plan your training sessions, obviously deal with parents. Obviously you've got to collect the money on match days, collect money off parents as well for subs. There's literally loads. Like a lot of people think, you just turn up and put a session together and just see on a match day, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff you have to do in that.
No, there's definitely a lot in there, and I take my hat off to you for that. You obviously must have an eye for football then,
Yeah, I've always been into football since an early age. My dad obviously was from Wolverhampton, and I've always grew up on Wolves. It's weird because on my dad's side is Wolves fans, and on my mum's side is West Brom. Okay. So we have that kind of banter rivalry in there.
Yeah. And was you, because you said you played football as well, was you the type of, because you're a coach really, no, yeah. You're like, are you like the manager who played and was a good player and turned manager? Or was you like a Roy Hodgson or a Gerard Houllier who couldn't play football but just knew how to like...
I was okay at football. I weren't like spectacular, but I was okay at football. And then I don't know, something just switched in my head, and I went into coaching. Yeah, gave it a try, enjoyed it, and that was my main goal. Like I was at uni doing a football coaching degree, and I got a few of my FA badges and that. I was working in the Walsall Academy at one point last year, doing some stuff down there and that. And then social media just come out of nowhere.
Social media, it's a fucker.
Yeah,
it's a fucker.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Going back a bit, you said growing up in school, I was kind of like the kid at the back of the class. Was that a confidence thing, or was this just you just wanted to knuckle down in school?
No, so when I was in school and that, I used to not really have that much confidence. I would never, 3 years ago, I'd never do anything like this, like talk and in front of cameras, like
well greased.
Anything.
No, you're well greased.
Yeah, literally. Even when I was doing presentations in school, I used to hate going up at the front and presenting in front of like loads of, like your class, and the class of 30, isn't it? Last year I did a boxing fight in front of 4,000 people, so it's a bit of obviously big difference there, and stuff like that. But yeah, and then just through obviously doing social media, it helps you build that confidence because you've got to have that confidence to be on camera. I remember the first time I got stopped for a picture, and I was like, "What is this? Why are people having pictures of me?" It's a bit weird. And obviously meeting different people, doing different things as well, it helps build your confidence up because you've got to have confidence because people watch you in that. You've got to put over there that you are confident as well, if you know what I mean. And if anything, if it wasn't for the social media, I probably would not have had the confidence, to be honest, to do anything like that.
So, in this world we live in where people say, social media is bad, TikTok, it's toxic. There's a lot of good that comes out of it.
Yeah, like I think it's like misconception sometimes with social media. A lot of people use it as a negative, especially in today's like younger generations. And like, you know, to parents out there who like say, oh, it's all bad for the kids. There is good bits of social media as well. Like how I did it and that, like it starts out as a joke, but now it's my job now. And like when I was younger, I never wanted to do social media or anything like that. But it literally just come out of the blue. And to people out there who want to look at doing it, just try it, see what happens, because you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
The most random thing can go viral, as my Get Out thing did.
Yeah, and I think the key then, I think, is once, you know, it could go viral and it could be a one-hit wonder, you know, like there's so many out there in there. But it's maintaining that, you know, and evolving from that.
Yeah. Consistency is key as well. You've got to be consistent with your videos. I've met a few creators who were like posting in the first lockdown, so before me, but then they stopped doing it for like a year or two, and then they come back and they was complaining that they weren't getting the views. But if you don't post for so long, people are going to move on to someone else. It's about being consistent. Obviously, you've got to... Obviously, my Get Out thing was my main thing, but you've got to have other ideas as well. You've always got to be thinking of different things to stay up there. You don't want to just be a one-hit wonder. You want to have multiple avenues to like your personality and your character. Like, obviously, I do like my 10 lives. I like play a character on there. That's another thing I do. Last year, I was doing a lot of football content until I had my injury.
We'll get into that. Well, so like on the TikTok thing, still there is like, in my eyes, there was not anymore, but there was like a stigma with TikTok. Oh, he's a TikToker, you know. But there is that side to it. There is a lot of fucking shit on there, like you know. When we had a conversation about that last night, there is a side where there is pure talent, and it's, you know, it's amazing. It's better than TV, you know. So, yeah. How did you get onto TikTok then? What drawing you into it?
There's a funny story to this actually. So, obviously in the first lockdown, my mom and my brother were on TikTok and that, and they were trying to get me onto it. In like 2020, it's like, I'm never ever going to stand in front of a camera, do a stupid dance or do anything like that. I said, you're having a laugh? And she said, no, come on. I said, no, I'm not doing it. And then we went into the winter lockdown, obviously the start of 2021. And I thought, you know what, let's just give this a go, see what happens. Not like nothing's going to happen for me. Did it as a joke. And I had a bet with my mom, and she said, you will never overtake my followers. And she had about, I think, 10 or 20K at the time, something stupid like that.
Decent.
And I've, why overtook that now?
Yeah. That's mad, isn't it? You know, talk about, making a good situation. Was it? Making something good out of a shit situation, you know, a negative out of a positive. You know, I say it, you know, lockdown for some people coronavirus was the worst year, worst time. But there is a lot of good to come out of it as well. And that's what that's the key, innit? Taking something positive out of something so shit.
Yeah, literally.
You know? And what were the videos you were doing at that time? Were they literally like video, like stitches and dances and stuff?
So I remember my first ever video was me. It was, so when Boris announced the lockdown, about an hour later, I thought, you know, let's just post a video. Because obviously during the winter lockdown, obviously I was thinking, you know, for my own mental health as well, because in winter, obviously in the previous lockdown, we had all the sun out, so you was outside more, you was going on your walks and stuff like that. Whereas in the winter, it's cold, so more people are going to be indoors. Yeah. So I was thinking about my own mental health as well. And I thought, you know, well, let's just do some videos just to maybe bring smiles on people's faces, stuff like that. And just try and help in my own as well. Because obviously we just all went through a lockdown and then going into another one.
Yeah, but the summer was blended with that, weren't it? Like you said, everyone was on the piss.
Yeah, literally.
Every day.
Literally. And my first ever video was me literally just videoing me in a mirror saying, stay safe, everyone. That's literally all it was. And then I was doing like the little trends. Obviously, you had your dance trends and everything. I was doing like a few of them for like a few months. I had a few decent viral videos from that. And then it was towards about near enough 2 years ago, like the end of March, beginning of April, when I first had my Q&A, like big Q&A videos. And obviously the Can't Tame My Fridge video, what is 2 years old next month, that video is.
Wow.
It's crazy.
As it flew by. Yeah,
literally. It's crazy how like quick the years have gone, and how much in just the last 2 years, how much I've like done and the opportunities I've been given, and I'm grateful for. And that's what I like to give back to like people who support me, because the way I look at it, if it wasn't for people who support me, I wouldn't be in this position right now.
And you
so
can
like
tell,
back.
Sorry, you can tell you're very grateful about it as well, because, you know, you're remembering like certain months of what, you know, on March this happened, then on April this happened. Some people would just be a blur. Yeah, like got viral like 2 years ago, but like you remember the precise timeline to it all. That's because you cherished it clearly.
Yeah.
You know. So what was the kind of feedback you got from the Kante, the fallout of that Kante?
People are just like laughing faces, and then other people are asking me. Like it was like a football. So it was, what would you do if, like, I don't know, a certain footballer was in your fridge or freezer after that? Another big one I had was, what would you do if Martin Skirtle was painting your radiators and watering my plants? That one went viral as well. And I remember not long after I did the Kante video, Chelsea put it on their official TikTok page and put Kante at the end of a video putting glasses on. And I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, Chelsea have used my sound, and since then, I've had a lot of other Premier League teams use my sound, including Wolves, what meant a lot to me, being a Wolves fan. I'm on the official Premier League TikTok page. I'm on BT Sports. It's just crazy. Like the paid, like people who've like recognised me now. It's mental.
Has Mum paid her bet?
She hasn't yet, no. But I will give it hats off to her. She's built her own following on there, and she's doing well with herself.
Well, you don't reckon she's built it off the back of you?
Maybe a little bit.
Well, what's her TikTok name? TikTok.
It's Blondie_39 or something like. If you just type in Lisa Bennett on TikTok.
Oh, so it's not Luke Bennett's mum then?
No.
You're
no,
right.
no,
She's
no,
an eye
no,
then.
no.
We can accept that.
Yeah. Nah, she does. Let's put it this way. It's adult humour video. She does. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
There's some funny ones on there.
What about Dad? Proud, like, you know, Wolverhampton fan.
Yeah.
And then your sound's being used on their fucking.
Yeah. It's like, it's crazy. My whole family's on TikTok now. A lot of people know my mum, my dad. Even so, I have a younger brother as well. And even when he's at school, like, he gets stopped because he's been my younger brother and that. And he like loves it at school and that, because a lot of the older kids come over to him and that and stuff like that.
Oh, it's amazing, mate. Honestly, it's amazing what something like that can do.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You know?
It's crazy.
So you've got, you know, Martin Skittles on my radiator. You've got fucking Kante actually doing a video of you. Is your life changing straight away, or are you having to, you know, do more videos?
So at the time, I didn't think it would like continue going, and then I think that Kante video's on like 2-3 million views now, something stupid like that. The Martin Skirtle one's on similar.
What's it on? Sorry, how many?
Like 2-3 million views, something stupid like that. The Martin Skirtle one's on similar, and I remember at the time, so it took me 3 months, so between January and March, to get to 100k followers on TikTok. Then from the end of March through April, so about in a 3-week period, I went from 100k to 200k. Some days I was gaining over 10k followers in a single 24 hours.
That was your height.
That was crazy. That was like my proper peak. And with social media, you have ups and downs and that. Throughout the summer of like 2021, it was like kind of flattening a little bit. And then towards the end of it, I shot up again. And then last year, it shot up again. And like now, with obviously people like realising obviously the opportunities I've been given, and I'm getting a lot more now. And like people ask me like, was you earning good money at the start? And at the start, no. It took me a few years to start actually getting that money and stuff like that.
Yeah. Creator fund don't really pay much.
Nah, the creator fund's not the best, no.
Shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
we get it, and some videos, you know, we've had a couple ones that are a bit over 1 million, but you think, oh my God, you got 1 million views on TikTok, and it's just not what it cuts out in it. But it's everything else that comes with it.
Yeah.
That you benefit from. It's a question I just want to ask. Might be a bit random, but so you said you was this person who was very like lacked in confidence, quite quiet, you know, in school. Was this the same at home? Was like your relationship with your mum and dad? Was you very open about like your personal life and everything to your mum and dad at the time?
Yeah. Like
it's always been open.
I've always been open with my parents and that. Like I've never hidden anything for them or anything like that. I've always been open. We've always been close as well as a family. Like me, my mom, my dad, my brother, and that. We've always been close and that. So yeah, it's always been close.
Yeah. Okay. So you've done TikTok boxing then, yeah? I actually watched this. I watched like the hype up. I've watched the highlights, and I just want to say, fair play to you, mate. You know, it's not easy stepping into a ring. You know, what was that like for you?
Like a surreal experience, to be honest, because I remember it was around about this time last year. It was obviously you had all the Simple Simon, Ed Matthews beef going on and everything. And then Simon just messaged me saying, "Do you want to be on the undercard?" And I was like, "Simon, I've never ever boxed before." He said, "Go on, give it a go. I'm doing it." And I was like, "Go on then, let's give it a go." And that. Bearing in mind, I only did a few months of training as well. And my first ever fight was at the O2 Indigo in London in front of 4,000 people and thousands of people watching on a live stream. And after that, I made all the papers in the UK. I even made the Canadian news, and I was like, "What is this?
You actually did from that event?
There was a post in the Canadian news from that event, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" It was crazy.
What? Yeah, no, sorry. Was it a post of Luke Bennett, or was it just
a
the event?
post of me from like
They
my
chose
fight and that,
yours?
yeah, and like I was in like the Sun, the Daily Express, the Daily Mirror, all the papers all over here, and that is crazy.
Yeah, fucking hell. That's mad. And Simple Simon and Ed Matthews fought on that as well.
Yeah,
didn't
that
they?
was the main. It's funny because that was the main event, and it was the shortest fight on the card.
Yeah. They said it was it weren't lived up to its
yeah.
experience. Its hype, should I say? And what was that with Kingpin? Was it?
With Kingpin, yeah.
Did they look after you?
Yeah, they looked after me. There was an incident what happened there as well, and Kingpin know about it, and they apologised to me. So obviously, when we had wristbands before we went in. And obviously, when you're going for your fight, obviously you have to get your hands wrapped up and that. So they cut your wristband off because you can't have your wristband on to get your hands wrapped up and that. So I'll come back out after my fight and that. We sat back in the VIP a bit. And then everyone else who was on the card went in the ring at the end, and I went to go up there. And the security said, "You can't go in." I said, "Mate, what are you on about? I've literally just fought on this card." He said, "You ain't got a wristband?" I said, "I haven't got a wristband on because my hands were wrapped." And they had to cut it off, and they wouldn't let me on.
Who's going to wear a fucking wristband?
That's
in a
what I
fight
mean.
Anyway?
I said, "You saw my ring walk." He said, "Oh, I was looking the other way." I said, "Mate, you could hear what was going on. Don't flipping play dumb to me, if you know what I mean." So he was just being nasty about it.
What would the security firm? Let's dig them out.
I forgot what they're called, but I know it's part of the O2 in London. So they weren't the best, put it that way.
Yeah, and did they give you an apology?
Yeah. Kingpin were like apologetic about it and that. Even like the security were being nasty with the main people at Kingpin as well about it. Yeah. And I was like, flipping.
So what was this at the end? Like a curtain call? Was it like?
It was like at the end after Simon got knocked out, everyone went in the rings basically to see if he was all right and that. And obviously I wanted to go and see if he was all right as well because obviously he was a good mate of mine. And they just wouldn't let me back in the ring. I was fuming. I was kicking off.
Yeah.
I was like booting it all. I was fuming.
Was that real? Like the beef between them?
Yeah. It was real.
Like some of the things I heard that Ed was saying about his daughter.
Yeah, he was talking about obviously Keely, his daughter, and that. And Simon's one of them. He gets like if you say something, he gets angry really quickly.
Short fuse.
And I think that's what cost him in that fight is that he just went all guns in blazing, and Ed was toying with him a bit. But yeah,
did Ed actually skadoosh his daughter? Or was that just
I don't know what happened behind the scenes after that, but some people say he did, some people say he didn't. So I don't know personally.
Yeah. And will there be any more of those TikTok events? Maybe you'll do again, or
well, there's actually when we're recording this Sunday, Simple Simon's fighting again against Chef Dave on Tyrone Sunday Smoke.
Yeah, but that's not a
proper.
I suppose it is a.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's not like
not like an event.
That's just like a live in a gym.
Yeah, it's like a live in a gym. But Simon's recently been calling out everyone's dads. He called out Bald Martin. He even called out who else? He called out Bald Martin.
Who's Bald Martin?
I don't know if you know Morgs, the YouTuber.
Okay, it's his father.
His dad. Yeah. He called out John Fury at one point, I think.
Oh, he's clutching there, isn't he?
I'm like, Simon, just calm down a bit, if you know what I mean. But I think he was desperate to get back in the ring, and now he's got this fight with Chef Dave.
That Sunday Smoke then, it's Tyrone's, is it?
Yeah, it's Tyrone's.
I thought it was Bouncer.
Oh, it's Tyrone and Bouncer, like they like kind of do it together and that. When it's on Tyrone's
and do you speak? Have you ever spoke to any of them?
Yeah. So I've never met Bouncer, but I'm good mates with like Tyrone and that again through TikTok and that.
What do you think of Bouncer?
I've never actually met Bouncer, so I can't really. I've only
on a
seen,
personal.
that
obviously you can't quote.
Yeah.
On a personal level, but from what you see, like we all have opinions.
Yeah. He seems all right. He seems on a live. He seems like I've been on live with him a few times. He seems a bit quiet, but I'm guessing he's not like that in real life and that. But he seems all right. But again, obviously, I've never met the guy in person, so it's hard to judge.
Is there any other TikTokers that you've like, you've probably been close to fighting or called out?
Well, there's one, Cal the Dragon.
Oh my God, I was going to mention him.
So I've got nothing against Cal. Personally, really, I just
do you know him?
don't like.
Yeah, of course I do.
He thinks he's a bit of a football fanatic, don't he? Rolls round in his AstroTurfs and all that, man, to like public shows and all.
I mean, he just
No, I'm sorry.
he
Go on.
went big off basically kicking a football at a goal in his back garden
Yeah,
against a piece of grass or a garden gnome. Or
Yeah, but didn't he get trials like for someone or
apparently he got tried.
and apparently he supports Cardiff City.
Yeah, so he lives in Nottingham but supports Cardiff City.
Why?
I don't know.
Because I was thinking if he's from Cardiff, we'll get him on, like, you know. But yeah, he supports Cardiff. I know why it is. It's because there's a dragon.
Yeah, the Welsh.
Yeah,
that's the reason I thought.
Him and Vincent Tan would get on just sweet. Yeah, this is the Cardiff owner.
Yeah,
he changed the colour to the kit. He changed the Welsh dragon to a Malaysian dragon. I can imagine this is what Cal's like type of thing. I'll support the dragon. You know, it's like fucking hell. Yeah. So what, you was gonna fight him, then?
Well, a lot of people have been asking me for me versus Cal for a long time, and Cal's blocked me on all social media platforms now, to be honest. Because there's a lot of things what have happened with his dad. Chris Whitworth, as a lot of people might know his dad now. A lot of people don't like him. I think he's a dickhead, personally.
Was he a wrong one or something?
Yeah. From what I've been told by people who were close with Cal, like last year and that, his dad takes a lot of Cal's money. He's in charge of all his accounts and everything, stuff like that.
Them.
I've heard something about that. I've heard of some girls as well.
Yeah, so you got like
advantage.
Astrid and Simon. They used to run they used to basically be his managers and that.
Who, Cal's?
Cal's and that.
Well,
yeah.
they robbed him as well.
No, they didn't involve him. They got him big opportunities. And then one day, I think, near enough around about this time last year, his dad changed all the passwords and everything and said, right, I'm taking over now. And then they told me a lot of stories and I got told by other people.
Well, in his defence, you know, if it's my boy,
yeah.
because he does seem like he's quite. I don't want to say challenged, but he's socially awkward, isn't he? Yeah, and I just. Maybe he was getting taken advantage. Maybe he looked like, you know, and maybe he wanted to check in on him. But yeah, I have also seen things of his dad. I've seen videos and, you know, I when he does public appearances and he's with him and he's like, he's enjoying it more than Cal. Like, it's like he's soaking up all the atmosphere himself, like, you know, and obviously the fucking money.
My personal opinion on it is I feel like his dad has realised, he saw the opportunity in his son. And thought, well, I'm going to take advantage of this, and he's doing it in a wrong way. And there was a charity game we played in last year. This is why I got blocked basically. It was Cornwall Mental Health Court we played in last July, and I got told by the org. So Cal was meant to play in it. He pulled out a couple of days before. I got told by the organiser of that and a few others that his dad requested money to be paid for Cal in a mental health charity game. But I think it's wrong. That is.
Oh my God!
I think that's wrong. At the end of the day, so people are asking me like, "Where's Cal?" And I said it on the sideline to fans, and people recorded it. And after that, I got blocked. So if that's not guiltiness, then I don't know what.
His old man is thinking, "Well, fuck this!" Like, you know, people are loving him, you know, and I'm coining in on this on any opportunity, and he's so fucking obviously oblivious to realise that fucking charity is charity.
A mental health charity game, that's just low.
But I think he tries to advocate for mental health as well, don't he? So it's just made him look worse.
And that's why I got blocked on all social media platforms by Cal. And then people are always, like, even last year before I had my fight, people were saying, "Oh, are you going to fight Cal the Dragon?" Like, everyone wants to see me.
Yeah, well, you're both tall.
Yeah.
You're both skinny. You're both fans of football. Like, when I look at you both, even to the point, like, when you're in your bedroom and you got your walls badge.
Yeah.
Well, he's got all the badges.
He's got all of them.
but there is a Wolves badge up there. But like what I'm saying is, like, there's similarities there with YouTube. I think that would sell. That's a fight that would sell.
I've called Cal the Dragon out numerous times. I've done it in my public appearances. I'll say it again here. Like, people want to see it, and I'm one of them who wants to give back to the people.
Give it on the camera. Give it to Cal on the camera.
Cal, come on. I've been calling you out for the past loads, God knows how many months. If you want it, just accept this. Give the people what they want.
Yeah. And if you want some money, I'm sure you'll make money off that.
That's what I mean. Like, if his dad's a money grabbing bastard, basically. So I'm surprised he hasn't accepted it.
Savage.
Is everyone playing for free in these charity games?
Yeah, so obviously the charity games, obviously you don't request it.
How do you know this though?
Well, from
the odd is KSI rocking up?
Well, KSI hasn't been in any the ones I've played in, but I've played in some with like some other YouTubers who have done stuff with like KSI and that, and I don't know if some of them are getting paid or not, but the way I look at it is for charity at the end of the day, so I'm happy to do it for free and give back to like charity stuff like that.
No, I can see that anyway, mate. But you've kind of turned into you've gone over to YouTube, kind of, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm not going to give you advice because you got more fucking subs than us. But what I'm saying is you should get your own channel, mate. I know you've got this 3-man thing, but you need to get your own channel.
A lot of people have said that to me. Like, I mean, I did try it for a little bit. So I used to do like vlogs, but I used to record on my phone and that. I used to edit them myself, or my mate used to do it for me. And I've got a few on there. But then I stopped doing it after a bit. And then just was focusing on like TikTok and other stuff. And then Chef and Aaron asked me to be part of 3 Blokes and Beers when Simon left. And I thought, let's give this a go. And obviously, a lot of people think it's easy to just transition straight away from TikTok to YouTube. It's not that easy because TikTok's short videos. YouTube's a lot longer. You got to be switched on a lot longer with YouTube as well. So my first couple of videos I did with them, I got quite slated in the comments. But
Why?
we did record like 3 videos in one day.
It's slated in what sense?
So people were saying, get Luke Hayes boring, get Luke Hayes boring and stuff like that. But then I proved a lot of people wrong in, if you go and watch the Sheffield club appearance we did a few weeks ago.
When you kicked off?
Yeah, that's when I called Cal out and that, when obviously I was kicking off at the bounce. I mean, that video's on like 102, 103k views now. And I got a lot of support from that as well. And like a lot of people who were giving me negative shit, basically, in the other videos were silent then.
Hey, listen, next week they might fucking slate you again. That's how it is, isn't it?
You're going to get it with social media. Like, you're going to get positive comments, you're going to get negative. The way I look at it, it's just jealous people, really.
Yeah.
You just got to block them people out.
Well, I think before we talk more on like other people in this TikTok, YouTube world, I want to quickly go into this because, it's very important in life. Old friends, old circles.
Yeah.
Do you still chill with these people? Have you cut people off? And is there any lessons?
Like, again, like a lot of my mates from school I've cut off because a lot of them doubted me at the start in my social media. They're just laughing, saying, why are you doing that? You're embarrassing yourself and that. Well, I'm the last laugh now at the end of the day. There's only about, out of my friendship group at school, there's only about 3 of them who I speak with now. So,
3?
Yeah, literally 3.
And most of it's from, proving them wrong.
Yeah.
In your
Most
face.
of it's proving them wrong. And there's a lot of people who never wanted to talk to me in school and that, all of a sudden want to talk to me now. And I'm like, just go and do one. You didn't want to know me then, so why you want to know me now?
Yo, people, look, we've been on the podcast now for 2 years, and we went and bought a fucking soundboard, didn't we? Harrison's Air, fucking happy trigger finger.
I only just realised that I had it. And
You're a joker, mate. You're a fucking joker.
What do you know about Wales' #1 rated security provider, Boss Security? Boss Security Limited are a professional security service provider based in South Wales but servicing clients on a national scale. With over 10 years of experience in the security industry, they are true experts in all aspects of security. From CCTV monitoring, manned guards, mobile patrols and alarm response, they provide the most advanced technology on the market, along with an expert team of staff delivering complete security solution to their clients throughout the UK. So why don't you stay secure?
We've all heard of that saying, it's too good to be true. And I live by it until I come across Tidy Comps. Because there are good people out there who genuinely want to help make a difference in people's lives. And that's what TC are doing, via huge raffle prizes with all earnings going to a good cause. If you fancy a chance at winning, big or small, then send in your £1 entries to Tidy Comps. There are many opportunities to win, from daily and weekly pay my bills comps, signed shirts, and the big one that runs monthly, with prizes including 80 grand cash or a fully furnished house. What are you waiting for? Get a chance at winning big, and if you don't, then at least you're taking part in helping local charities throughout Wales, such as the Welsh Children's Cancer Charity, Jacob Abraham Foundation, Tackle Your Thoughts, and many more. Get over to Tidy Comps Facebook and other social media platforms to see what prizes are available today.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Fucking brilliant. But I will say, though, Luke, as well, some people, like in school, there's people I didn't bother with.
Yeah.
And then I ended up, gaining a great friendship years down the line.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some
yeah.
people probably genuinely just, I wanted to be your friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know in school you grow up and the girl who always fancied you was minging, you just didn't want to know, and then 10 years later she's fucking bum,
Yeah,
and
she's
you're like,
fine.
I get that. And the same with this, and you have got to be careful, haven't you? Because there are people out there who will take advantage. We've just spoke about Cal the Dragon. Would you say you're very blessed with your parents then in that case, in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, my parents are still together. There's a lot of my mates when we was through school and that where their parents broke up and like it played with them with their minds and that like mentally and that. And we've always been close as a family. And like we've always been open and stuff like that. So yeah.
I want to go in a bit about what's happened more recently with the TikTok, because like we said, with what comes good comes bad.
Yeah.
You've faced a lot of trolling.
Yeah.
Would you say it's trolling?
Yeah, I
Targeting?
mean, it basically is like with my lives, like I play a character on there. I think most people know that. And obviously you get people who'd be funny on there, but then people take it too far. And one of my lives, someone shouted at my actual address. And then people screen recorded it and my address got leaked. And then we started having takeaways come to the house. I had random things delivered. I think the once, I'm sure I had a pile of shit posted through my letterbox. And I was like, where, like from some random place. And I was like, well, what is this?
Hang on, what do you mean from a random... Sorry, mate. So are people like posting packaging from like...
Yeah,
are these people from Wolverhampton, or are they driving to Wolverhampton? Like,
no, they're probably just, like your tile samples you get and your artificial grass samples. It was them basically. So I ordered stuff sometimes as well. And like, when you get one of those cards from like Royal Mail, you just go to the sorting office to go and collect it. I used to go up there thinking, it's like a pair of shoes or something. I go there and it's like a grass sample or a tile sample.
Fan mail.
And I'm like, believe me, I've just gone all the way up there for that.
What?
But that died down. The takeaways, I could take the takeaways to a certain extent, but about a month ago, we had 9 people, like they had like masks on and like hoods up and stuff like that, turn up at my house. It's about 10:30 at night. Constantly ringing my doorbell calls in outside. And we had to get the police involved, and like I've had to stop my lives for the time being because of that incident basically happening, because people were doing it when I'm about to go live. And then like the small minority have ruined it for the majority basically.
Like, that's horrific.
Yeah.
No one deserves to go through that. Like, and you know what? These people, they probably don't even mean any malice to it. They might think it's a joke, but people, you need to realize, there's boundaries in life.
Yeah.
And the world we live in, there is a lot of fucked up people out there.
Yeah, there is. It's toxic, unfortunately, nowadays. Like, there's a lot of negativity, and it doesn't help with the media as well, stirring things up and stuff like that.
They've reported on all this as well, have they?
Yeah.
How do you think it got leaked in the first place?
So, from what I'm thinking is, it's got to be someone who I know or lives local to me, because how would some random person in like Manchester know my address all of a sudden, if you know what I mean?
That's sad as fuck.
So it's got to be someone who I know, and I'll tell you something, if I find out who it is, I'm not going to say what's going to happen. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, because, as much as, you're a strong person who could probably handle it, it's still affecting you and your family.
Yeah, like...
And that's wrong, mate.
But I'll try not to show it on camera and stuff like that, but the last month has been tough, like mentally, like people coming up to my house, and like when I'm away, like I'm always in the back of my head thinking, what if something happens? Like, what if someone turns from my house and does something stupid? I'm God knows how many miles away from home. Like, if you know what I mean. So, like, every time I'm away now, it's always in the back of my head because of those stupid people who turn up to my house.
I think, like, some of the biggest things in fame, some of the biggest red flags or worries, people who know you might do something. When they know where you fucking live, it's a different ball game. Like we had with the Central Club, right? And this is obviously within Cardiff. Haters, yeah?
Yeah.
In our old studio, it was either a guest. It was either a guest in it. It was either a guest we had before, or it was someone who someone just told where we were based, yeah? And they made a fake account up at the Central Club and was emailing artists, musicians, DJs and all that. We used to film every other Sunday.
Yeah.
So on the Sundays I'm off, I'm getting a fucking phone call. Hiya, mate, I'm outside. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's DJ so-and-so. I got the invite last week. And we put it out there straight away. And, we had loads of people messaging me, oh, by the way, Cole, we had this email as well. just sad
sad
people.
people.
Like, for people to take time out of their fucking day to go to fucking the range to get a fucking sample pack to then deliver to your house. For people to take time out of their day to bally up and get 9 of them to drive to Wolverhampton and wait till 10:30. Is he going live? Is he going live? He's live, let's go. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Literally,
I feel sorry for people like that, you know? But, yeah, there's boundaries in it. Do you know what I mean? And you know, put a comment on my TikTok, fair enough. But coming to houses, it's wrong, mate. I'm sorry about that, mate.
I mean, it is slowly dying down again because I've had to stop my half 10 lives, and a lot of people look forward to them. But I've had to do that because people are doing it for when I'm going live, because they want like a reaction. Like, obviously, when I'm live, if like someone comes to me, the doorbell goes or something, people scream, record that, they're going to get millions of views out of it. Because obviously it's a genuine reaction, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I've had to stop. And then people keep asking me, you're going to bring them back? And I'm like, I'll bring them back if people stop sending stuff to my house and stop turning up at my house. And it is starting to die down now. So I think people are realising. But again, if I start my lives again, will it happen again? But like I've said to people, if I start my lives again and it starts happening again, they'll stop again. It's that simple.
Yeah, and I suppose now, you know, you're not really you're making money. You're comfortable with what you're doing with public appearances. You've got the YouTube thing and other avenues, I imagine.
Yeah.
So the lives, which were probably the thing you loved most, the thing that brought a lot of value to your community, the things that you could probably just say, do you know what, I can't be fucking.
Yeah, like, I'll be honest with you, like, people watching as well, like, people think my most source of income is off lives. It's not. Like, TikTok take a massive percentage of the gifts you get, like a massive percentage. And I used to just do it for entertainment. Like, I didn't care about the gifts. Like, people sending them me, of course. Like, I don't mind, but I'm not like, there's a lot of TikTok begs on TikTok. You've probably seen some of them, and that who just go live all day. Oh, send me another line. I'll do this. And I haven't got time for people like that. I wasn't like that. I just did it for an hour, 10:30 to 11:30, just to entertain people. But now, because my life's getting more busier, like, throughout my life, I had to proper plan stuff out more now. Even if I did bring them back, I'd probably be lucky to do 1 or 2 a week, if that. Whereas back like last year when I was mainly doing them, I was doing them most nights because I weren't as busy as I am now, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, and I think people don't realise as well that when you're doing it for the love, when you're doing it for the fun, that's when, you know, good things happen to us when we least expect. You know, that journey then is fun, and anything you get from that is a bonus. You know, these people who are literally on there, like, have you seen those people like who are in like Afghanistan and they're like pretending like they tied them to a hospital bed?
Oh yeah, I've seen.
There's a feed me gift.
Yeah, I've had. There's a few.
Oh my
there's a few
God.
screen recordings.
Yeah, you get like people in
I've seen
war-torn
that.
countries and all that with a kid on his lap, and the kid's trying to leave, like, and he's going gifts, and mad shit. But there's a few bad ones in the UK. There's one, I was trying to get him on because I wanted to fucking speak to him, like, really, and find out what the fuck, like. But there's have you ever heard of BJ Bradish?
Yes, I've heard.
Oh my God,
Really,
he thinks he's the fucking
Thinks
UK.
he's
Oh, mate. And then again, like, you've got these ones who give TikTok a bad name as well. Like, you've got like Cheyenne and Tommy. Do you know them?
So I know Tommy because he fought on the Kingpin Con I fought on last year. So that's why I know Tommy. But I don't personally know Cheyenne and that. My brother's always watching all that drama and always telling me about it, and I'm just like, come on, like, flipping hell, you ain't got to share everything on social media on your lives.
Yeah. Well, I think that Modine and that, like, I swear there's like a porno.
Yeah. Well, that there was that Modine, and there's I got called. I forgot it's one of his mates or in that group. One of them called me out for a boxing fight on some random card, and I'm like, I haven't got time.
Yeah,
for that.
because they're looking for people to make money off, innit?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and you'll be one of them. Like, do you know what I mean? You're one of the good eggs, you know. So your lives, you get told to do things, and you know, if I type in Luke Bennett now, some of the fucking videos, I seen one. I don't know if it was a pencil or something, or was it a real boner?
No. It was a carrot. I used a carrot. As yeah, there's some crazy things I've done there, but again, I play a character on there, so I act dumb on there.
Yeah.
And I did it a few times. I thought, flipping out, there's actually a few people actually watching this, and people actually get entertained by me just doing random stuff.
Well, that's what most of the people we come across. Some of them are just acts and meeting. You know, you speak very well.
Yeah.
You know, you're not stupid, mate. And Yeah, because I actually thought, fucking hell, you know, when I first thought about interviewing you, I was thinking, oh, this would be fun. He's fucking nuts, but it's an act.
Yeah.
Do you think most of the people know that?
Like, yeah, so I think people do know. Like, surely I wouldn't do that normally. Like, put a character in my flipping like shorts or something on a camera. Like, you know what I mean? It's just an act. And obviously, when I've got my back turned, I don't know what's going on really there. I know something stupid's going to come on. And then when I come off my live, I'll get tagged in so many screen recordings. And even then, I'm pissing myself laughing at what I'm doing. I'm just like, what have I done there? But again, there's thousands of people getting entertainment out of it, and people enjoy it, then I'll do it. But then when people took it too far and started coming to my house, that's why I'm about to just stop it for now.
What's the worst thing you've ever been asked to do?
That's a tough. What was he? Probably one of that carrot one was a weird one. They said put a carrot down your shorts, and I'm like, what? Or I've had one before. So they've asked me to do like get some bread or get some out of my fridge and create a sandwich, and then once I put the 2 pieces of bread over my ears and my head like that, and someone created a caption #idiot sandwich or something like that, and I was like that, and like there was like tomato ketchup on there and everything, and it was all on my face and stupid things like that.
Could you describe, if it's possible to describe, how it feels for being that person who is, you know, back at the classroom, very quiet, to literally being known, especially at your age, your era, you know, Gen Z, a household name?
It's surreal, to be honest. I still question, like, how have I gone from being that person to this person now in, like, only over a few years? Like, there's a lot of people, like, even when I was in school, like, are still, like, there's, like, confused, because I'll be the last person you'd think of doing social media. There's people in my classes saying, oh, when I leave school, I want to go and do YouTube and, like, go and do all this. And I was thinking, I hope it goes successful for people like that. And obviously, I was always into my coaching. I never in a million years expected to be doing it myself, let alone going on like to clubs and stuff like that on stages and doing stupid things like that and getting paid to do that. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. How, like, you know, some of your friends wanted to do YouTube, and they're probably some of the ones who are hating right now. Maybe.
Yeah, there is a few like that, and that's why I had to cut a lot of them off. Because I haven't got time for people like that. I've got more important things to worry about than people trying to hate on me and stuff like that.
So how did you get involved? How did Simon get kicked out of this 3 beers and a man?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it, Simon. If you don't like it, you've heard it numerous times. People have said it before. So he's got a new missus now, and she's very controlling over him. And she's a lot younger than him. Let's put it that way. When I mean a lot younger, she's not much older than me. Simon's missus.
Swear down.
Yeah, and Simon's 52, 53.
Drop the bomb. What? Say that again?
So Simon's 52, 53, and his missus is in the 20s.
What a fuck. Listen, as a guy, right, I would normally go, you know, with one of the boys, go on, bro, go on. You know, when you're younger and you're with like a girl who's like 20 years older, she's a MILF. That's fucked up. And for yourself, you know, being that age, does that creep you out? Like,
It's a bit weird. Like, he's old enough to be a dad.
Yeah.
Possibly old enough to be a granddad.
He don't like this as well, you Simon. You got like, it sounds like you got his nose fucking blocked.
But it's weird, and like, she controls him, and that's why he left 3 blokes and beers, because she didn't want him doing it anymore. And
oh my gosh,
he's gone. I wouldn't say he's gone funny, but he's like, and I'm like, Simon, don't let someone control. We tried to help him. And, like, that's where it's led to, like, Chef and Simon's fight, because Chef was, like, ripping into him about his missus, and he didn't, again, like, similar to what happened last year with when Ed was talking about his daughter, who didn't like it. But this is a bit different. Like, of course, people, you know, we tried to help him, but don't let some random girl.
Yeah, no, it's not just... Yeah, but I don't know which is worse, the controlling part or the 20-year-old. I don't know which bit's fucking
Yeah,
bad.
it's a bit. I mean, each to their own, but
Do you reckon, H?
I don't know too much about this sort of area. What's a 55-year-old guy doing in this TikTok, YouTube world?
That was the best question we've heard.
I don't know. I mean, I remember when he first, obviously, the first time he was doing social media he was like, he used to go live with Cal the Dragon a lot. I think
What was he doing? That's what I'm saying. Like, easier. It sounded like an alien then. Yo, that's weird, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Simon, you might be a great guy. If you're friends with Luke, you're a good guy. But come on. What permit gives you, like, what permit do you have to be able to do that?
I know, it's a bit,
TikTok.
it's crazy, like, and even when he first come on and went live with Cal the Dragon, like, people were calling him obviously a pedo and all that and stuff like that.
Yeah, I swear I've seen a video of Aaron calling him a nonce.
Yeah,
You're not a nonce.
yeah.
That's how he sounds. You have to roll VT like, I'm not a nonce.
Yeah, something like that.
But like, yeah, mad. But yeah, fuck, that's mad. And then what? So they just said, "Do you want to get involved in this thing?" Or
Yeah,
have you
so-
signed any contracts? Or
it's not a contract signed or anything like that. They just asked me, like, do you want to be like the new third member?
and how would you split? How would you split money in that?
So we split everything 3 ways.
Well, monetization on
Yeah,
YouTube.
some monetization, all the club payments we do, we split it between the 3 of us.
Oh, fair.
If we like got any sponsors in our videos, everything's split between the 3 of us fairly and equally.
What about if someone gets an opportunity? Say like Aaron got an opportunity. Are you expected to be brought in on that, or it just depends if it's the 3 beers or Aaron on his own?
So we've got our own stuff we do.
Yeah.
Like I'll still do my own appearances on my own. I've got one in a couple of weeks on my own, but then I've got next week 2 with Chef and Aaron. So we still do our own.
Yeah.
But what we try and like, if like we get offered something with just ourselves, we say, right, I can get 2 other TikTokers in if you can pay us a bit more. And they're like, yeah, like, you know, places like that.
Yeah.
Because they can get, you know, if anything, it's a bit more clout for them they can get, and obviously a bit more like entertainment, stuff like that.
Can you tell us a little bit more about these appearances? Because you're a young lad going into a club, and it's like you're a rock star for however long you're up on stage.
Yeah, so I mean, I go out club, like I'm only 20, so I go out clubbing anyway. But to get paid to go clubbing, like anyone at my age would love that. And it is crazy. Like when we have like kind of I wouldn't say it's a script when with me, Chef and Aaron, but we have like a structure. So I sing Sweet Caroline, Chef does Backstreet Boys, Aaron does Oasis. Recently, I've been doing crowd surfing. My top's been coming off.
Class.
Was in Sheffield a few weeks ago. My top went in the crowd. I never got that back. I threw my belt in the crowd as well. I was saying I need my belt back. So my jeans were falling down. I'm like, I need my belt back quickly.
Class.
But yeah, like people like that because it's about getting the crowd involved.
Yeah.
It's entertainment at the end of the day. It's
Yeah.
about creating entertainment for people. And
What's your shagging game like?
I get a few birds message me and a few things happen.
You're overusing that now.
But again, I have to be careful. Like,
You might have a Simple Simon on your hands, innit? You know, well, not Simple Simon. I mean, like, you know, his chick, like, you know.
yeah, I don't
I'm pretty sure she. Come on, bro. Look, he's not ugly, and he clearly is fit in the sense of athletic wise.
Yeah.
But I think that's weird.
Yeah, it's a bit.
And his name's Simple Simon. Like, fucking hell.
I mean, there's a few other things we call him as well.
Yeah, go on.
We call him like Simple Savile.
Simple Savile. Ooh, that's
Or we go so.
imagine
Like,
being Savile, but then a simple version of Jimmy.
the few things he's done about. There's
Tryman.
Simple Cryman recently because he's crying about everything. What he is, to be honest. Like, if you look at his TikToks, all he's been moaning about flipping. I don't know I can't remember what he exactly was, but he was going on about some barbecue sauce in McDonald's recently. About they didn't give him an extra barbecue sauce or something like that. Yeah. It was going on about something.
Well, that's his TikTok content,
That's
is it?
what he's doing now. Just
yeah.
moaning.
Do you find a lot of these get lazy after they've made their name? They're just
like,
shit videos. Like it's more of a vlog of their daily life.
The way I look at it, he's desperate to stay relevant. That's what it is. And
yeah,
again with this, I've seen fighting Chef Dave. If anything, it's more us helping him out to stay relevant.
Do you know Andrew Biggie Morris?
I've heard of the name, but
from the Valleys, fat guy.
yeah, I've heard.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard
No,
of it.
we've had him on. He's a Valley boy. He's got a big TikTok following, well, decent, but it's like he don't do, innit? I'm not blaming management because Binky's blessed, but it's just like, I don't know. But saying that, he's tight with the Bad Boy Chiller crew. He does a lot with them,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mad. I look at Wakey Wines like he's TikTok thing as well. What do you think of Wakey?
I mean, fair play to him, but I don't know if he's getting club appearances. So next week, me, Chef and Aaron.
He is, isn't he?
He's getting club appearances. So me, Chef and Aaron, we've got one in Chester in Roses. They've booked him on the exact same night as us at another club. No disrespect to him, more people will come to ours than him. But I don't get how a guy from ripping people off with prime,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
he's getting club appearances. That doesn't make sense. I've never met the guy, but I just don't think he should be getting stuff like that.
That's not hating at all. That's just, where's the logic in that?
Yeah, literally, he
He
rips
bums people
off
for X amount.
Yeah.
You know, you got the "Why You Coming Fast" guy. Remember him?
What?
Who got knocked off the bike?
Why you coming fast?
Yeah. Bro, he had a music video. He's doing club appearances.
That's, even the way the Bikey Wines guy, he's got a video now.
Yeah, he thinks he's a
song
rapper,
video.
don't he? And he's dead as well.
And I'm like, how's that? Like, every time, like, if I'm in, because my mates know I do not like that song, really does my head in. So every time I'm in the car, my mates, they always put it on now, full blast.
Well, the Wakey song.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's this will come into, man?
What was it like? Like, it's Abdul come closer, Abdul go back, isn't it? Like, what's the best shop in Wakey when they go Wakey Wines? And it's, I don't know who's created a song out of it. It's a fair play to him, but it's, yeah.
Mad, isn't it? Is there any other TikTok you've had fallings out with, or?
I wouldn't. There's an incident. There's a guy. I don't know. I don't, because similar to the, because I've obviously said stuff about Cal. I'm gonna say it now, and I haven't said this on a podcast before. And hopefully he sees it because I want an answer from him. And there's a guy called Luke Solve Collectibles. He's a TikTok. I don't know if you've heard of him.
What's his name?
Luke Solve Collectibles.
Luke Solve Collectibles.
Yeah, he does like matches. He's got a match that business. I mean, I've always been good mates. We've had nothing against him. And when I had the, I wouldn't say it was a fallout with Cal, but obviously all the incidents would happen last summer and that. We was at an event at the O2 and he just blanked me. Normally when we've had events, he's always said hello. I mean, his girlfriend come up and said hello to me and that, but he just blanked me. And he hasn't messaged me for months, and I just want to know, like, what his problem is. Like, I haven't done anything to him. If it's the Cal situation, then just say it. Don't just, like, all of a sudden blank me, if you know what I mean. And I'm not here to, obviously, create beef with him or anything, but I just want to know what his problem is, really. Like, what have I done? I've done nothing to him, but I want to know what he thinks I've done to him, basically.
Yeah. It's baffling. It's a mad world. But like we said, there's a lot of good that's come out of it. There's a lot of people who've been paid from it. There's a lot of people whose lifestyles have changed from it, I assume. So, keep doing what you're doing, mate. What have you got planned in the pipeline?
Obviously we got Simon and Chef's fight this Sunday.
Who's gonna win that fight? This probably won't go out by then, but if we can look in hindsight and see.
Being realistic, Simon probably will win, but being part of Three Blokes and Beers, I've got to back Chef, and I reckon Chef could surprise a lot of people. Simon's got more to lose. Simon's got more to lose. Simon loses to Chef. His social media career is finished.
Have any of these fights, have you ever heard of them being fixed?
There's a few things, but obviously when you go in the actual ring, that's real. Like, whatever happens in the ring happens in the ring, and there is, especially with this Simon and Chef thing, like Simon loses it a lot, and because obviously Chef's been talking about his missus a lot. Well, we tried to help him, but when you're dating a girl who is 20, 30 years younger than you, you've got to expect people to say if you know what I mean, and he's took it a bit personally.
I think it's definitely been magnified or normalised through TikTok. Like, being with this girl. Out of that, if you're on the estate, like, you're probably going to be told, like, what the fuck are you doing? But, this TikTok has warped a lot of normality, maybe. I don't know. What some of the people who have approached you, who's the worst person? Like, what was the worst encounter you've had with someone?
There was an incident there once. I was in Bournemouth. Over a few people. I wouldn't say they do TikTok, but the more of like the work with brands a bit more, but they haven't got a big following on TikTok. But I got to know them. for obviously doing social media and that. So a few of them are from Bournemouth. I was out with them.
Who are they?
I don't know if you know like Brandon Lee. If you heard of people like that, I don't know if you've heard of people like that.
Oh, is that the one who does like a lot of like, I'm a spliff, smoke me?
No. It's not. It's not that guy.
No, you know what I'm on about though.
Yeah,
innit?
I know you on about. I know you on
He's
about.
quite well known.
But there was an incident. Was it last year? I think it was last year. We was in Bournemouth on a night out, and after a night out, you always go for like some food days, like a kebab or something like that. I was literally fucked out my head. I didn't want any more pictures or anything. So I went and got some food, and this guy was asking for a picture. I'm like, mate, no, I don't want one. But he called his mate down, and his mate come down with a knife, and they was going to try and stab me. So the lads who I was with, they sent something. So they sent me up to the other side of the road. They stayed down there, and one of the lads got slashed in the side of the chest. And I was like, what goes through people's heads to try and do that? Just because I didn't want a picture, you call your mate down with a knife.
That's what happens, mate. You know, you've got to be 100%. People think that you've got to be 100%. You know, want a picture every, and their argument will be like, well, you're on social media. This is what you should expect. This is what people think, innit? It's the logic.
Yeah.
You know, Joey Cordina learned the hard way. He's a world champion boxer. He went over to the World Cup, saw Luka Modric, asked for an autograph. He told him to jog on. But now he hates him. But like, you know, Luka, you know, he just wanted to fucking do his thing. Same as you just wanted to.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, that's what happens. What happened in the slug and lettuce, mate?
Oh, the slug and lettuce story. So we was, it was one of the first charity football games I played in. Not last year, the year before. It was called Match Remind. And we all went on a Christmas do in that December, so not last December, the December before in London. And there's, I'll give credit to Aaron Hunt. There's these two Irish birds, and Aaron could see I was like looking at one and stuff like that. And he went over to her friend, started talking to her, and then she come over to me and offered to buy her a drink. So I went to go her a drink, but then she wanted to go to the toilet. You can probably see where this might be going. She wanted me to go with her, so she's not on her own. I was going to wait outside, but then she wanted me to go in the toilet with her, in the female toilets. Bearing in mind there's people who, this is in a public toilet as well, and a few things happen in the cubicle. And I come out, and as soon as I come out, someone asked for a picture of me. And that's where the slug and lettuce story comes
Have you found the picture?
I haven't actually found the picture, no. But
Would you like
but yeah, that's where the slug.
What was this? Intercourse, oral.
She sucked me off in the toilets. Basically.
Nice.
So it was, yeah, it was
nice.
crazy, but
It was nice. Oh, mate. Hey, listen, man. It's been great talking to you, mate. Honestly. What are your future plans? What have you got in the pipeline?
So I've got 3 things I want to try and do this year or next year. Possibly bring out my own drink. Bring out my own song. I don't know if have you seen Cal the Dragon's recent song? I don't know if you've seen
No. Shocking.
It's just one line. Let's put it that way. He goes.
He's very eccentric, isn't he?
He goes, "I'm Cal the Dragon, Cal the Dragon, I'm Cal." That's literally all it is. Like people asking me to bring out a song, I can do a better one than that.
Yeah, cool.
And possibly TV stuff. Like, a lot of people have said to me, like, would you ever do like go on TV? And if I ever had the opportunity to do anything on TV, I'd love that. I'd like to something different, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So they're the 3 things I want to try and do some point in the future.
Yeah, brilliant. It just shows, you know, in life that anything's possible. You know, in 2 years, this is what you've become. You've reached the peak. You're on the Central Club podcast. No, it's amazing, honestly. And like, if there's anything that you would... Oh, no, before we go. Sorry. Before I say that. TikTok. What's it take for an up-and-comer? What are the 3 things, the three rules you should stick by for TikTok?
Consistency is key. You've got to be consistent with your videos. Try and find your own niche if you can. Because a lot of people just try and copy other. I've had people try and copy my Get Out thing, and they think they can go big from that. But that was my thing. If you can, if you can try and find your own niche, so like my Get Out thing.
Someone tried doing Get Out, did they?
Yeah, people have. So I've had people try and copy my videos, and don't get me wrong, they've got a decent following from it. But from just doing my thing, even doing my 10 live things, I've had the amount of people who've
B-Tech Luke Bennett, like.
There's a guy. Jack. What's his surname? I forgot his surname, but I had a massive argument with him. And I was in the back of an Uber, basically. I feel sorry for the Uber driver. I was in the back of an Uber last summer, having this massive argument with this guy in the live because he was copying my stuff and he was getting like, I think he got about 10, 20k followers out of it.
Fucking hell.
And I was like, mate, what are you doing? At least if you're going to do something, do it yourself. So that's probably another thing. Just try and create, you can maybe use some other people's ideas, but put your own twist on it, if you know what I mean. So it's a bit more personal to you. And the third thing is just have fun, really, because as soon as you're not enjoying it, that's the moment to stop. If you're not enjoying it, you're not going to produce the best content and viewers are not going to enjoy it. So that's probably the main three things I would say.
And there's one other thing that we do. Maybe in classic Luke Bennett style, maybe with a get out at the end, I don't know. But if you can give a positive message to the people.
For haters out there who try and hate on myself and other creators, I'm going to tell you all to get out.
And if there's anything that you would like to say to the people watching, anything inspirational.
I just want to obviously thank everyone for watching me. Thank you guys for having me on. If you don't already follow the Central Club, make sure you drop them a follow. I'm going to share everything on my social, stuff like that as well. These first time I've met these lads and the same lads and that. So yeah, and just if you want to do social media, give it a go. You never know what could happen. I did it for a laugh, and now it's my full-time job now. Yeah. So you never know what could be around the corner.
Hey mate, honestly, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
we had a laugh. Learn some things. Hopefully, in a year's time, 2 years' time, come back for the part 2.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
You might be too big for the sound, TV, that type of stuff.
I'm always, that's one thing I've met some people where it goes to the head and the sea money, the sea fame, and like, I would always stay level-headed and I'll never let it go to my head. And I think that's why a lot of people have said to me, that's why they like me, because I'm happy to come down stuff like this or go and do other stuff. Playing a lot of there's a lot of people say to me, "Oh, why are you still playing a lot of charity games?" I'm like, because I want to do stuff for charity as well.
Yeah,
like
fucking hell. Thank you, honestly, Luke. It's been a fucking pleasure, mate. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you've learned something from this. That TikTok is a fucking joke. Okay, stay away from it. No, honestly, I'm a bad comedian. You'll learn that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate this one. Go and follow Luke Bennett on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube channel. Do you want to plug it?
Want to drop us a sub on 3 Blokes and Beers. We're not far off 40k on there, so we want to try and get 40k soon.
Yeah, and it's all Luke Bennett on social media, yeah? Just Luke Bennett?
So if you so my TikTok user is Luke Bennett 170. Instagram is Luke 1158. But if you just type in Luke Bennett, it'll come up. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you all, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Stay central and get out! Get out!
The Central Club.